Yeah, I guess as always we gotta help the Young Turks. That's not good. We don't smoke cigarettes like that. Yeah, we gotta help the Young Turks fucking understand the not so much the importance, was it? The acts of slavery of working. That's where they be having things mixed up. So they're talking about. I guess they got some inside scoop from a Wendy's worker about how all working employees work and get paid and all that shit. One, at least in some place, or in my case, overtime is over 40 hours, not over the 8 hours. It's over 40. Two, nothing is mandatory. When you work, nothing is mandatory unless you want to keep working. Then yeah, it's mandatory. Opposed to that, notice how other people quit. People were quitting left and right. They didn't stay to do fucking stupid overtime during a crazy pandemic. But whatever. Let's listen to these people.
People quitting their jobs, but very rarely do we actually hear from the workers themselves. And recently there was a TikTok video that went viral featuring workers at a Wendy's. So this video starts off with a specific worker explaining what happens a few months after the pandemic began, when he was basically tasked with running the whole place on his own. Let's watch.
So how this happened at my Wendy's.
He has like 5 other people.
So I'm not going to tell you all the boring that led up to this, but basically what had happened was COVID happened, a couple months went by, everyone realized how it was, and everyone quit. I lost my AGM, my GM, and about 6 shift managers. I was a shift
realized how shit it was. I lost my
manager at the time, and after they all quit.
Imagine that. Everybody else quit but this guy. This is the only guy that stuck around for it. Just remember that.
I got promoted to an AGM. I had no GM for about 3 months, and I was working 85 hours a week, every week with no day off, basically them whole 3 months. And I made $14.77 as an AGM, keeping the store up and running.
That should be our only talking point. Fucking GM making 14 something. That's fucking crazy. But he looked pretty young, so they probably thought they could get away with it. I drink my water. Holy shit, Doug. Now listen to the shit that this.
Okay, so there's a lot of information there that I think is worth emphasizing. Okay, so
not really.
There's a labor shortage, especially in the service sector, right? And the remaining workers are, first of all, in many cases, expected to work insanely long hours. As he mentions, he's working 85 hours a week, only making $14.77 an hour while doing this job, right? Again, 85 hours a week. And so when you see the stories about people quitting their jobs, I mean, I just feel like that context is always missing. How the remaining workers are.
Yeah, but they still have the option of quitting. No one's putting a fucking whip to their back. And then, especially again, if you're getting fucking what 3 times the amount of money off of unemployment. Before, you used to get less money off of unemployment. Now you get more money from unemployment. Which one are you gonna take, Miss Girl? I bet you would be slightly surprised.
Are doing mandatory overtime. A lot of these companies and corporations have made moves to do away with overtime pay. Remember, you're supposed to make more money for every additional hour you work past 8 hours. And so I think that this is really enlightening. I mean, there's more to the video that we'll get to in just a second. But did you want to jump in, Jen?
Yeah, I mean, look, he got into a significant managerial role after all the managers above him quit, and he still didn't get to $15 an hour.
That's amazing.
Right? And so, look, we live in a weird world where there's some relatively wealthy millennials at like high-end companies that
the crypto trader.
Yeah, and they're like on the opposite end of the spectrum where they feel super entitled to everything. They're like, oh my God, my boss disagreed with me. I feel like that's discrimination.
Yo, if you're making money without your fucking job, without that other job, without the use of that other job again, then you're winning, dude. What are you complaining about? Fuck you mean entitled? Holy shit.
Against me. No, that's just that person being your boss, right? But in the real world, the overwhelming majority of millennials are in this situation where they're working their ass off 85 hours a day at Wendy's and their management treats them like absolute crap and just brutalizes them. That's why when I see Biden saying, oh, millennials have it easy, and I see all these people that are in power talking crap about millennials.
Dude, millennials do have it easy. Remember, this nigga's nephew is making money off of fucking his community. You know, or he made enough money off of still making money off of his community, though. Making money off his community, now making money off of a big fucking corporation, i.e. Twitch. I.e. fucking, what is it? Not, what the fuck is this shit called? Amazon. If you follow the money, it's exactly where it'll lead you to. Which these guys practice as well.
Yes, some portion of them, because that entitlement complex is served, but it's largely the people that other wealthy, older folks have interaction with. They don't have interaction with the great majority of millennials who work at Wendy's and other tough jobs and are.
How many niggas? How many people does this dude? How many people do you think this guy knows that works at Wendy's or at a fast food restaurant or is making this minimum wage that he's having a conversation with them all the time? Like, oh man, feel your pain that you're only making $12 an hour.
Treated so poorly. So hence, when workers do that, and it's basically a revolt and a takeover, it's kind of badass. And if that happened in a lot of places, I think management would be freaked out going, wait a minute, we actually need these people to run the stores. What if they just stop?
Right, exactly. So now let's get to what happens at this Wendy's once new individuals are hired.
This should happen. Take it that way.
I eventually got a new GM. She came in and completely ruined this place within 2 weeks. The 34 people that I had on my schedule all basically wanted to quit, and I was just tired of it. No upper management helped me at all throughout those 3 months I was by myself. I did it all alone. And one day I just came in and I said I've had enough and I couldn't do it anymore. So I told everyone, and about me and 17 other people quit that day. We didn't clean up. We closed down about 8 o'clock at night. We made a little taco bar and we left it a mess.
Damn, taco bar sounds awesome. They quit. I also want to just note, in regard to the 85 hours he was working per week, let's see how other countries treat that type of long working day or long working week. 85 hours a week is almost...
Again, what state, yo? We have to remember, too, every state has its own fucking thing, yo. What? This is almost literally double the limit in America's market is out of a dystopian sci-fi novel. No, you do not have to work those fucking hours. I mean, yeah, if you want the money, yeah, go for it. But you do not have to work those hours. And you can always look for another job while you have said job. You do not have to stay at your fucking... Once you're locked into a position, or once you're in a position, you're not locked in there until you want to be locked. Until you get yourself comfortable and don't want to...
Literally double the legal limit in Denmark. America's work market is out of a dystopian sci-fi novel. That's what was written on TikTok in response to this video. And it's true. I mean, there are certainly better labor protections in a lot of these other European countries, especially Nordic countries, and it's because their labor is organized and they have way more power than workers have here.
But there's another giant part of that equation, which is that the pay is way better in Denmark. And so that's why they don't have to work 85 hours. Here, the pay is so low that just to get by, you got to work 85 hours, right? And this is really important, guys, because our corporate media lies to you 24/7. There are Wendy's and all those different fast food restaurants in Europe where they have much higher wages and much more protection for their workers. And guess what? They still make a profit. They wouldn't be there if they didn't make a profit. They make plenty of profit in Europe. They can make plenty of profit here if we protected you guys and paid you better wages. But our government is so corrupt that they say, no, we'd rather have Wendy's executives and shareholders make almost all of the...
Why doesn't Shanks, if he have, or Shanks, or whatever the fuck this dude's name is, man, Kanks. Why doesn't Kanks open his own fucking, Mr. Beast open up his own fast food restaurant? A couple of creators have already opened up a fast food restaurant. Why don't you open up one? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you and your crew put together your group again, yo? You could just like fucking the Daily Wire doing new and exciting things. You could be doing new and exciting things as well. You feel me? You don't have to be sitting there being mad that Wendy's is, and you just create your own type. You could even fucking make your own Wendy's. You know that, right? These are financeable things. Or what do you call those shit? Franchises. You can get your own Wendy's franchise and make the wages up as you see fit. Be damned what the laws is. You could go in and be like, yo, here, this is gonna be a Wendy's here. We're gonna make something. You can even do a Popeyes, which would be crazier. But now we'll stick with Wendy's because that's the subject at hand.
Money and work you guys down to the bone and give you the bare minimum. Your government in a democracy is supposed to protect you. Police, fire department, but yes, also protect you against corporate abuse.
Right, but even in the case of Nordic countries, they typically don't have a federal minimum wage, right? So the workers are represented by unions and,
I know this is a bonus and all. But shit, you figure if they was going to go into this, they would just start throwing up facts. You wouldn't just say, no, you saying Norway country. Then show me an N-word country that fucking has better minimum wage than the U.S. and what the dollar value is in Norway.
Trade unions that negotiate salaries and negotiate wages on behalf of the workers. So, and look, this isn't necessarily comments or commentary in regard to the individual governments representing these Nordic countries, but I think when you look to the federal government in the United States to do something for federal minimum wage, they fail time and time again. And it's because they're not pressured. Like there isn't enough.
Minimum wage is where? Or do you want a nationwide fucking, which would fuck up a lot of people? Would fuck up a lot of states. Good shit, dog. Yo, you've turned every person down south into a fucking millionaire because then their market will fucking straight jump. You talk about inflation, shit.
Organized pressure for them to get that accomplished.
100%. And look, every employer or set of employees isn't right about management. So how can you tell if you're being fair and honest? In this case, new GM comes in and she or he is so bad in 2 weeks that when that guy quit, 17 other people quit at the same time. That means, and it's not like, they're living large and they decided, well, I was a wealthy banker and I decided not to take that job. No, they're working at Wendy's. So this is substance living, right? So they're barely getting by. Nonetheless, 17 of them quit at once. That goes to show you, it's very likely that the boss was wrong.
Right, exactly.
Right? And so we've got to do better by our workers, but our priority isn't the citizens for our government. It's the donors. And that rolls downhill. And that actually does trickle down on us. And it isn't money that trickles down. It's their disdain, it's their corruption and their oppression that trickles down on us. So when I saw that
on us, remember, this motherfucker is talking to you from a fucking camera, dog. He is not serving you shit. He does not know what it feels like to be inside of a restaurant having to deal with customers, having to fucking wash floors, unless he has. You feel me? But I bet you it wasn't long. Bet you we took his money and ran, went right to law school, right to TYT. Holy shit, dog! You are not the working class that you think you are, bro. Holy shit, nigga! You're just a rubber rouser. You want to sit here and get everybody.
It was kind of almost a joyous rebellion.
Yeah, of course.
You know what it looked like to me? Freedom.
Yeah, and look, I just think that for the longest time, employers have been able to be abusive to their workers with incredibly low pay, no benefits.
You could leave and find another job. Again, how about this? There's an app called Indeed. You can find damn near any job you want. And then I'm going to give you another step further. There's a fucking app called Coinbase, Robinhood, fucking, there's about 3-4 other ones, Joe. The new shit, that Visa shit that just dropped. There's trillions of ways of making money. You throw your money that you was going to use for cigarettes or whatever into a small thing and then watch it grow. Watch it grow. Don't give it to these guys who are just gonna fucking take it, cultivate the shit like any other fucking what do you call them? Any capitalist person does, and they're gonna put it away. While you, the hard earnest working man and woman, are gonna fucking be sitting there wondering why they can't eat anything. Because you gave your money to these yokels. Fucking becoming a member. You've been putting a bill on you that you don't need. Extra bills. Holy
long hours, and they didn't have to suffer any consequences. But now, especially during a labor shortage, that's when workers have the most leverage, right? And if you're not going to do right by your workers, of course they're going to walk out, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah.
After they do the taco bar, which was fantastic.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. I really appreciate it.
But remember, you don't have to, if you feel like you're being like, it must have been an all right environment to work at before general management came up, before the GM came down there, because they stayed there without the general manager for quite some time, as he said. And as soon as the general manager got there, it was probably like, damn, we got to start cleaning up the place a little bit more. Not just having taco bars all the time and leaving shit there. It's probably like, damn, I would like to leave a cleaning store and come back to a clean store. Leave a clean store, come back to a clean store. I mean, nobody wants to go and eat in a dirty restaurant, I don't think. I bet you if you was to ask Clanks and them, when you go to restaurants, are they all dirty inside? I bet you's going to say no. But yeah, working for that least money, you don't have to do that. I don't know where they're from. You know what I mean? I don't know how far that $14 goes. Because shit, 80 hours a week, that's $800. This is regardless of his fucking thing or not. Wonder how his how he does on his tax shit. Is he doing exempt? But I don't know. These guys never factor in any of that stuff, yo. It's always, you're being slave driven. You know, we're not gonna make jobs for you to think. We're just complaining about the jobs that are out there already. Holy fucking shit. Everybody wanna be Bezos, but nobody wanna be Bezos. No, nobody wants to be Bezos until everybody becomes Bezos. Nobody wants to be Elon Musk until that person is Elon Musk. Holy shit, boy.